All right, are you ready for a little latte art session on one of the most foundational patterns in latte art and coffee in general? This is the heart. This pattern really is the base of so many latte art patterns. You can practice this one at home if you're a barista wanting to improve your skills to be able to pour a tulip or a Rosetta or many other patterns. You need to nail your heart. So today I'm going to talk you through the techniques, the things you should be thinking about, and I'll show you a few different variations of the heart that you can have a play with and see which one you like best. So let's make some coffee and I'll talk you through how I make a heart. Now, of course, good coffee is always essential for latte art. We want to make sure we've got a nice, rich crema to pour through. I am using our Champion blend. This is a nice milk chocolate flavor, but it's also just nice and rich. I'm going to go a full double normal. This I'm making on a La Marzocco. It's a linear PB. It does have the ABR in the scale, so I've got to put my cup on the drip tray, so it's actually weighing my yield out. Some of the nice little things we have here in the Artisti Espresso bar. So if you're in the States or Canada, you can actually buy Champion beans. We can ship that to you. Or if you're in Australia, definitely shop our coffee online so that you can get nice, rich shots for your latte art. So first step number one, good coffee in the cup. Now, getting your milk right is going to be pivotal to making your latte art nice and silky smooth and be able to blend through that coffee nice and well. We've done lots of different latte art and milk texturing videos. Silky smooth milk by Artisti is one that you want to see, but let's just do a quick run through of what I'm going to do to get silky smooth milk on this one. Always purging our steam wand, getting a nice 45-degree angle, making sure that milk is spinning in the jug. I'm going to lower this down and add just a couple of seconds of air there. Just small bubbles. Watching my temperature doesn't exceed 60 to 65 degrees, because once you start going hot, you'll find that you're actually going to make it a lot harder to pour those nice patterns. So look at that. That is a beautiful, nice, rich Champion blend espresso shot. If you want to taste great coffee and pour great latte art, you're going to need some Artisti coffee beans. All right. So now I've got this milk nicely textured, silky smooth. All right. So when you have these two, swirl your shot. Make sure it's not thick and hard to pour through. Swirl your milk so you don't get a big blob at the end. We are going to angle the cup so that you can spend half the cup blending the coffee and milk. And then we want to focus on the tip of the milk jug to the center of the cup. And as we pour, we actually want to flatten the cup, but as we flatten the cup, we don't want the tip to end up over here. We want the tip to stay in the center of the cup, which means you're going to have to move both together. All right, here we go. We'll put it all together. Big spin. Now, we need a base. We need to make sure it's mixed. I got a canvas to pour onto. Here's my canvas, and halfway, 3/4, I'll drop my nose right in the middle, as low as I can, nailing the center. Filling to the top, lift up and pull through. And that is a simple latte art heart. That is one variation of it, just to give you an idea. So what we're trying to do, we want to get a good base of canvas and milk. The first half of the cup or 3/4 of the cup, depending on which way you're doing this pattern, is we need that canvas. We need something to pour onto. Latte art can't happen if you go really heavy on the froth. It all comes out white. We don't have anything to pour onto. So then for the last small amount of the cup, we're actually using the momentum, getting the froth to come out and hit the center of that cup, and using that to flow with the tip of the milk jug as close to the surface as we can get without touching it, so that that milk then blends with that coffee and gets a nice flow. So that is a simple heart in the middle of that. Now, if I had started my pattern a little earlier, maybe blended half the cup and then started my pattern a little bit faster and a little bit earlier, that would be a lot bigger. So if you want bigger hearts to fill the cup, you need to start a bit earlier. I'll give you a bit of a demonstration on that. So I'm going to go with a 22.5 gram dose of my Champion blends there. get a nice rich extraction. Aiming for a 45 grams of yield in the cup. That's going to be my 1:2 ratio. Now, if you're just at home making yourself a little coffee, maybe you want to do a double ristretto 1:1, so you're only getting 22.5 grams in the cup. And just for your one coffee, that'll be nice and rich, and you can pour great latte art through that. So again, good angle, good spin, enough air in there to get good texture. And we're going to just spin that, not too hot. Now I've got 2 here, so grab this first one. All right, here's a little difference in this one. So watch how, when I go with a little bit more speed and aim for the center and really push the heart out a bit earlier, and I will add the wiggle. Just to, you can do more basic, but if we blend a little bit, but then we start early with good speed, look how big that gets. Beautiful lines, lift up and pull through. If you stay down when you're pulling through, you'll actually drag your heart and change the shape of it. So we want to make sure that we're just playing with those different shapes. So the time that you start the pattern earlier in the cup, the speed that you flow it will increase the size of it. You can keep it simple. You can go and just do a really clean, no movement heart, and just fill it up and pull it through, just to get a nice clean heart there. So as long as you've got that base, you can continue to just iterate on that. And I want to give you one little tip. Once you nail your hearts, I'll show you what can happen. Once we do that, we can move on to tulips, we can move on to rosettas, many other patterns. Have you got more tricks up your sleeve for hearts? I've seen some really cool hollow hearts. I've seen some really interesting ones. They're definitely something that you want to be practicing and nailing each time. Let us know in the comments, is there anything that you do differently to me? Lots of the community like to share that. I love to see people's progression. We get a lot of people tagging Artisti coffee roasters on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, everywhere. So just, yeah, keep us updated with your progress and see how you go. Now this is going to be a variation of the heart, but you'll notice that it's also the same technique as a tulip. So once you've got your foundational, you've got your base there, I'm really building a heart by keeping that spout to the center. There's going to be a heart, but I'm going to stop. I'm going to drop another heart in there, and now you've got a tulip. And that's where we say it's foundational to know how to do a heart, because the heart really is the base of a good rosetta. It's the base of a good tulip, and it's a pattern that every good barista or home coffee enthusiast should know how to make when they're pouring latte art. This is obviously done much better on good full cream milk, but you can try it with alternative milks. Try it with different coffees. We'd love for you to try our coffee. If you've been watching our videos, the best way to support us is to buy our coffee from artisti.com.au. That's how you can support us for sharing this knowledge with you. So I hope you do grab yourself a bag, practice this, tag us in your videos, and let us know in the comments below if this has helped you, if you have any other tricks or anything you'd like to share with the community. But that's it. That is a simple little tutorial for beginner baristas and home coffee enthusiasts. So thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Check out all our other videos on how to steam silky smooth milk, or we've done a full range of all the different coffees plus a bunch of different latte art patterns that you should be practicing. So thanks for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.